The katana is the most important thing that determines your power in Ghosts of Tsushima, so to be able to upgrade that to the max level as soon as possible will be extremely helpful throughout the rest of the game. And the same goes for the two bows actually, so in this video I want to showcase how you can upgrade all your upgradable weapons as soon as possible. A like on the video would be super appreciated. And let's go. Every time you upgrade your katana, you decrease the amount of slashes that is required to take out certain enemies. At least that is easily noticeable early on in the game. Meaning that at some point you can kill archers with just one hit. But even when going to areas later on in the game, when you fight more challenging enemies, having that fully upgraded blade will make your life way easier. You can already get a fully upgraded sword at the start of Act 2. Trust me, I've tried everything, but there's simply not enough gold to get a fully upgraded katana in Act 1, although you can already get to the 5th upgrade, and 6 is the max. So it's actually not that hard to achieve if you know what to do. First of all, it's important to know where to get all the gold. You need 13 gold in total to get your blade to the max level, and you likely got your first 2 from doing that camp that you come across the moment you reach the open world. It's the first question mark on the map, the Ogawa Dojo. And there are actually 3 more similar camps in the map of Act 1. The shipyard that you find over here, the logging camp that you see over here on the map, and then the logging base that you find close by. As you see, I completed all of them and they all gave me 2 gold each, meaning that from the locations in Act 1 you can already get 8 gold in total. So that's already enough for 5 upgrades. You see that I need some iron now, and I will talk about the other requirements in a second, but first I want to focus on the gold that is needed for the final upgrade. Because you can actually get 2 more gold in Act 1 from trappers. And thanks to everyone who reached out, including Clutch Cassidy, because yes, as I wondered in a previous video, the trappers do indeed sell gold, like in the Komatsu Forge. There is one you can buy for 300 supplies at a trapper. Of course, you first have to complete the main mission to have him show up in the first place. And you can actually buy iron here too, that I think you totally want to do because it can be hard to come by. And is of course also needed for the katana. Another trapper who sells gold can be found in Asamo Bay, that you find also after completing the mission there that liberates this area. And again, you can also buy iron here, something I would totally recommend. So then you just need 3 more gold to get the final katana upgrade. And well, for that we really have to go to Act 2, because there are no more gold options here in Act 1. But totally correct me if I'm wrong, like if you found some gold elsewhere, then let me know in the comments down below. In Act 2 you can easily find the 3 gold that you're looking for. You can liberate the Numata settlement that already gives you 2 gold. And then you can find the final piece at the Yarikawa stronghold that you need to go to for a main mission anyways. So you can buy it here at a trapper if you want. And then you got all the gold you need. Or you can choose to liberate Fort Imai instead if you want. And you find that one over here on the map. And then you can fully upgrade your katana, at least you got enough gold. So then you will be unstoppable, especially because you're not even halfway through the game yet, if you get the final upgrade at this point. Like, these powerful enemies will really die from just a few strikes. Use the kunai to open them up and you kill them in no time. But yeah, again, there's more needed than gold to get to the final upgrades. Steel and supplies can easily be farmed. Yeah, we did complete the shipyard. That was a pretty good farm for supplies, but actually right now the fastest farm might be the Traveler's Rest Inn that I showcased in a video before. Froylan, and I hope I pronounced that right, made a comment under my recent farming video and actually noted that just returning to the lost save point after opening the chest in this Rest Inn will also have it respawn, and then you just spawn like right next to the chest. So it's faster than fast traveling to this location and then open the chest over and over again. Now when you open the chest and have the steel pop up, you want to go to the options menu and then hit that restart from lost checkpoint, and then you will start next to the chest and can open it again, see the stealth pop, go back to the return from lost checkpoints, and the amount of resources that you gather will be saved. So just do this over and over again, and you will have a ton of steel and supplies in no time. And of course, totally use the charm of Inari that you get from this shrine over here on the map in the Act 1 map to get even more supplies per time you open the chest. And the rushing water crossing that I also showcased in a previous video is still great for steel and predator hide as well, which you can sell for supplies at a trapper. And it also has a chest that next to the steel also has supplies. After doing both farms, I found that this farm is a little faster and more fun as well, because you do not have to like restart the game all the time. So totally do this if you haven't completed the rushing water crossing yet, but if you did, then go back to the rest inn and farm the supplies and steel there. And don't worry, I will link to that extensive farm video that goes more in depth on the rushing water crossing at the end of this one. Iron is the most challenging resource to get early on. Again, the trappers I mentioned sell you 10 when they also got gold in stock, but overall you need to complete Mongol locations to get this resource. So you see that they already give iron as noted in the reward cards, but also like inside these locations you want to look everywhere because there will be a ton of iron laying on the ground. So there's sadly no unlimited way to get it like for steel and supplies, so you really have to look for it. I also would first focus on the katana upgrades before upgrading your smaller blade, because that will cost you a ton of iron that you want to use for your katana instead. Although after the fully upgraded sword, totally go and upgrade the Tanto as well, especially if you are a stealth player. Upgrading this blade will namely assassinate enemies faster, so you can move through camps more quietly or return to the shadows again faster. And it will make these skills also more quiet, so enemies will spot you less easily when you silently take out one of their allies. As a stealth player myself, I really like the fully upgraded Tanto, and actually this is also the final real use for iron in the game. Like, you only need that resource to upgrade your blades, so after you got both at the max level, you can just go to the trapper to sell it for supplies, because there will be no other use for iron anymore. For the bows, the tactic is a little different. Waxwood here is comparable to gold, but instead of having to complete Mongol camps, you need to complete shrines that are all over the place. In the Act 1 map, there are already enough shrines to upgrade your half bow to the maximum level, because the thing also is that apart from the waxwood that you get as a reward for completing the shrine, you will also see that sometimes on top of the mountain there will be some waxwood that you can grab as well. So then you get 2 for a shrine. Waxwood is also purchasable at the Hayoshi Springs, for example, at a trapper there. And there you can also buy bamboo and yew wood. Although the farm at the Arrow Peak Shrine, where you also get the charm, is faster for that. And then you can just repeat this over and over again until you got enough bamboo and yew wood to fully upgrade your bows. And again, I will link to a better explanation of this farm tactic at the end of this video. If you don't want to farm, then just always equip the Inari charm. Like, I would just always recommend that you keep it on your blade until you upgraded almost everything in the game. The other charms will of course be nice in combat, but they are not really that needed. And if you just equip the charm like throughout most of the game, then it will really save you a lot of time farming for supplies and other resources when you want to upgrade all your items. I will link to a video with all the shrine locations in the video description, so you can easily go there and get all the waxwood to upgrade both bows to the max level. And really, it's just so much fun having an upgraded bow, because they can take out enemies way more easily instead of like only with headshots. Also great in combination with the fire arrows I showed you in my previous video, or the explosion arrows of the long bow. Like, really, your bows will be pretty useless later on in the game if you do not upgrade them, while upgrading them is very easy. So totally do that to have them be a viable option in the late game. Subscribe for way more Ghosts of Tsushima content if you haven't already. I got way more videos coming your way or already up on the channel, and in the pinned comment you find a list with the other Ghosts of Tsushima content that I got, including a video on the weapons, including the longbow and how you can get them. You can always reach out to the input@JorRaptor.com email address if you found some interesting things in the game, or let me know in the comments down below. A like on the video would of course be super appreciated, and totally check out that previous video on all the farm tactics and how you can easily do them. For now though, I will speak to you next time, and goodbye.